Hello and welcome back to my channel. Good to see you again, hear you, speak to you, however you want to say that. So initially the last few videos I've posted were just videos about my new bike, which was initially born from when I've been researching my bike. There wasn't any actual owner videos online, so I thought I'd just post a quick video of my bike the day I got it and show people what the real thing's like that you would actually receive yourself. So from that I've had quite a few sort of views of that video, and I've then started creating some other ones linked to the bike, and people seem to enjoy watching them, and I've had some really nice comments as well, all positive, which is lovely. So I thought today I might just introduce myself and kind of explain where I've come from to get to this point, and why not do this video in such a beautiful location, which is Craster on the Northumberland coast, which has been my first long ride. I've spent the last week I went out 2 or 3 times and just did sort of 10-20 miles around the local area, not too far from home. But today I thought, with the weather being so nice, I was going to go up into the Durham Hills, but I was on the website and the critters have been out up there overnight, which would indicate, one, that there's been a bit of cold weather up there, potentially slippery roads, and two, I don't really want to take my bike on gritty roads yet. I'm not going to wrap it up in cotton wool and not use it over the winter, but at the same time, if I can go somewhere else that I know hasn't been gritted, I'll just head there. So I decided to come to the Northumberland coast. It's been a lovely ride, mixture of going through little towns and villages, going through the gears, and then also some nice long straights where you just in gear, getting used to the way the bike handles, and just enjoying your surroundings. So yeah, I packed a hot coffee and a sandwich and a biscuit in my backpack, and I've come up here for the day. It's just brilliant. It's just, there's something about the bike. It's something I've never experienced before, just being out on your bike versus going for a drive to the same place where I am now. So yeah, I've noticed my videos, I keep apologising for me just yabbering on to camera, and it's all very rough and ready, but my background is I'm a graphic designer, so historically any work I do or create has to be polished and perfect for sort of business usage. So just talking to camera, waffling on and roughly joining bits and pieces together is a bit unusual for me, but people are watching them, they seem to enjoy them, so I'm going to continue that way, and I'm not going to apologise for how bad they are. I'm just going to go with it and see how we do. So I'm going to go for a little bit of a walk here. So sorry, that's me again. Yeah, there's people wandering around, and I'm not comfortable talking to a phone at the minute when people can hear and see what I'm saying and doing, so sorry about that. So anyhow, yeah, my initial the videos I've started posting of the bike were initially just reference videos for people to have a look at what my bike's like, and yeah, I think I said in the original it was very there was plenty of manufacturers videos out and PR videos, but there was nothing to do with an actual bike that was owned by someone. So that's why I posted them videos up, and subsequently people have started watching them, and some nice comments and whatnot, and yeah, so I've started doing extra ones, the CB and other bits and pieces about the journey I'm going to have over the next few weeks, months and years. So I thought I'd just explain a little bit about how I've got to this point, and like I think I said before, what a nice spot to do this in, Craster on the Northumberland coast. So I'm 45. I thought I was 46 up until a couple of weeks ago, but Facebook corrected me on that one. I just got to the point where I thought, you know, I've got a great life, I've got lovely family, wife, child, good job, you know, I've got everything you need in life, and maybe, you know, we live a reasonably comfortable life, but I found that it was a bit like Groundhog Day. I didn't feel like I was challenging myself. You know, my work's quite repetitive, so I do a good job, but sometimes it's just the same churn all the time. So I wanted to kind of push my brain and just get my brain kick started into action again. So a few years ago I bought a Mondeo, 20-year-old Mondeo. It was a good basis, but I just wanted to start learning about car cleaning and detailing and all that malarkey, and trying to get like a 21-year-old car's paintwork back to kind of almost new standard. I really enjoyed it. I watched loads of videos, bought various products, started showing the Mondeo at car shows in the concourse sections, and got loads of really good feedback. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but then I got to the point where I didn't want to use the car because I needed a daily car. I didn't want to use it because it was in such immaculate condition. I didn't want to spoil that. And then when I was using it, I was getting home and I was cleaning it for like an hour, and it just became hard work. So in the winter last year, the year before, I was offered an Astra, an 03 plate Astra, which had a running problem. It ran itself, but as soon as it warmed up, it went into limp mode. So it was going to the scrapyard, and this car was immaculate. It had been looked after throughout its life. Not immaculate, it was good condition for an 03 plate car. It had various shopping dinks and it had been used as a family car, but it was in good nick, and it had done 44,000 miles, and it had belts and water pump and all that, the main things that need to be done on an older car had all been done. So I thought, well, it's going to go to the scrapyard, so I'll take it on, and then if I can't fix it, at least it's been an exercise trying to stretch my brain and work things out. And yeah, a couple of £100 later, this car's now, it was running fine, and I've ran it through last winter, and it's going into this winter, and it's weird. It's an old car. It's an old 03 plate Astra Club. I'll drop pictures on here so you can see what it looks like, and it's nothing special. And I mean, I work in the centre of town, and when I park my car amongst all the new sort of electric and four-wheel drive, it just looks so out of place, but there's just something about it. I really love it. Just so it's like a little puppy that's just wanting to please you all the time. You just get in it, it starts, it drives, it's got electric windows, that's about, in air conditioning, that's about the only luxury it's got. The rest is just, handles. But I just love it. So in the end, cut a long story short, I was finding myself driving the Astra more than the Mondeo, and then we've had a couple of, the weather wasn't great this summer, so I didn't go to many car shows with the Mondeo because I didn't want to drive it to these shows and it get manky and spend the day in a wet field. And so just the Mondeo wasn't being used anymore, and although I loved it and it was starting to go up in value, it was something, it just wasn't serving what I'd hoped it was going to do. So anyhow, I was at a car show, a local one, got chatting to a guy who was interested in it. He made us an offer, he bought it, I sold it. Wasn't kind of planned, but it just all happened. Couldn't refuse the offer he'd made. And then I thought, well, what can I do? What's my next kind of thing to keep this old brain going, to keep me entertained and interested? And I'd always wanted to do, I always wanted to learn how to ride a bike, but probably rightly so, my mum and dad put us off it at a young age. They said, get yourself a fast car and you've got a second chance if something goes wrong. And to be fair, they were probably right. I don't think I'd be mature enough to have ridden a bike at that age, but it's a scratch that I've always wanted to itch, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do my CBT and get a bike, and that's going to be my next kind of process. And I think as much, I'd identified that I don't really push myself out my comfort zone, and even though the two cars was learning, it was triggering my brain to think and work stuff out. And I loved working out the Astra with all the sensors and all the bits and pieces that could have been causing the trouble. And like I say, it was the ECU was knackered in the end, so I had to swap that and immobiliser. I just learning how to ride a bike. It sounds a bit soft, but it's quite a scary thing. I mean, 40 mile an hour in a car doesn't sound much, but when you're on a bike with nothing around you apart from your own skin to keep you safe, it's pretty quick. So I thought, well, I've got no idea how to do it. It's a total learning curve. It's something I'm going to have to really think about. And so that's why I ended up getting the bike. It all went a little bit, my plan went a bit out of shape because I wasn't going to get the bike till the middle of November, and I had my CBT booked for the 5th of October. So you know, so I thought, oh, do my CBT, a few weeks to kind of sort my head out and work out what I need to do, and then get the bike. But as it turned out, the bike came the 29th of October, so it sat there for a little while before I'd done my CBT. But that, yeah, in a very kind of quick 6 minutes, that's pretty much where I'm at here, and why I've done what I've done. And I'm just curious if there's any other fellas out there who kind of, you know, feel the same, think that's possibly why we do what we do. But yeah, so I just thought, just in a nutshell, I just thought I'd have a quick chat to camera again. I'm not going to apologise. I think, as I might have said before, but I'm a designer by trade, so any videos and stuff I do for the business world has to be perfect. It has to be no shaking, no, you know. So this sort of video is very different to what I'm used to doing. But I'm actually not going to apologise anymore, because it is what it is. And if I had to make it polished, I wouldn't have the time to do it. Therefore, I wouldn't do this. So I'm kind of happy just to get something up there that gets the conversation across. So yes, that's me. Yeah, just a couple of years ago I thought I need to challenge my brain, I need to make it think, you know, and that's what I've done through my cars and my motorbikes, well, motorbike. And I think, you know, I've done a lovely ride to Craster today. I think it's 30 miles, and I've got 30 miles to do back. Lovely mixture of kind of roads, slow roads with the gears and handling the bike, and then some nice faster roads where you're just enjoying the scenery. So I've really enjoyed it up here. I was going to go up to the Derwent Hills, but I noticed this morning the gritters had been out according to the Durham Council website. So yeah, I would say that if the gritters have been out, there could be little slippy spots up there. So I figured let's just stick with the course. And it's a beautiful day, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my ride. But it's just, my brain just feels, I don't know what it is about being on the bike. It's probably because it's new and I'm having to think a lot, but it's just so much more enjoyable than being in the car. You know, you just, I don't know. I've had a great ride out. I've got the little one to pick up at 3:30, so now I need to make tracks and head home. I've had a sandwich, I've had a coffee, stretched my legs, beat the loo. Yeah, and I'm now ready to go home. But yeah, so I mean, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you want to hear more of these kind of just almost blogs of the day in a life videos, bits and pieces when I get out? I mean, I'm thinking about doing a proper video about the CBT in the process and what we went through, and like I say, I was quite surprised how I found it more challenging than I was expecting. But then that's good, because the whole point of it was to challenge myself and get my brain working. But anyhow, there's a couple of people, some dog walkers coming, so I'm gonna shoot off now. But yeah, just let us know in the comments if you want to, what you want to hear about. Like I say, I'll go into CBT, and then I'm gonna just document my journeys. I'd like to load the bike up and go camping maybe, but that'll be next year. But anyhow, I'll catch you later. Bye bye.